Making sure the encoder's working. All right, good on the YouTubes. Good on the Twitch. All right. The only one that I was trying to see if it works the way it's supposed to. Come on, Doc. It's 8 o'clock Central. Okay. I wanted to see. Is this going to show me right now? No. That's live recordings. I am live. I'm just checking because I have it going live on Twitter, and I'm just trying to see how that works. You're following me on Twitter. Can you check it? Check my Twitter?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have Twitter.
Sorry, TikTok. Can you check my TikTok? See if it's working? Yeah. Oh, it's cool. All right. Anyways, I'm the nerd. Let's start the recording. There we go. All right. Hey, guys. I'm the Nerd Doctor, here to diagnose what's wrong with your RPG game and here to help you fix it. Today, we're going to be talking about how to maximize the free benefits of DC20 Forge, since we have so many free users, and for people who just want to give it a whirl and see if it's something that they want to use first before they decide to get a membership or a subscription. What's up, Syed? Hope you're doing well, and good news for you, Syed. I chugged out a ton of material for the origin stories. They're basically done. I just need the release of the summoner to kind of finish off the last one, and just type them up in DC20 Forge, and then they're good to go, and you'll be able to test out the origin story, one of the origin stories, and let me know how it goes. Okay. Anyways, digging into some of the free resources on DC20 Forge. So let's start with, what are the biggest benefits to DC20 Forge? Now, for free users, if you are going pure free, you don't want to spend a dime on using this app. So number one, you can come into characters and you can create a character, and you can access levels 1 and 2 with this. You can access the ancestry features, and you can go ahead and create levels 1 or 2 characters and just see how that works. Pick your maneuvers, pick your spells, get a sense of it all. Now, you're not going to be able to use any of these tabs over here to look up talents, classes, maneuvers, spells, or anything like that. If you want to, purchase the rule book, all of those will populate there. But just the pure character creator, and using it that way, you can look through every single maneuver, every single spell. You can look through every single ancestry, all the base classes that are available. Classes like the Artificer or the Scion are not available, but all the base ancestries are all available. You can dig into attributes. Even if you don't know how to play DC20, we've got guides on the different attributes. We've got skill guides on the different skills. There's always descriptions about like the rules as you're building your character. It shows you your attribute caps by level. It shows you, your available points at that level. That you can choose to do standard array, roll stats, and the modifiers for both of those. All of that is written in. When it comes to classes, again, just selecting the class, you can come in here, you can see the class table, which these are going to be slightly reworked soon, but you can see what those features are and how they work, and just get the basics. And once you're good to go, you can also, so side note, and I did want to address this tonight for anyone who's experienced some bugs. So there was a great reworking of the character sheet when it came to this kind of new layout. When I was working on it and how I got the new layout, I found out very quickly that the character page itself, the character sheet, has too much code. So what I had to do is I had to kind of break it down and make like separate pages for kind of all these sections, the action section, the attributes and resource meters, kind of breaking out into separate component pages, and then use this page to bring it all together. So yeah, that's so people who are experiencing some bugs right now on stuff that was working perfectly fine recently, that is the main reason why. Okay. Um, okay. Let's see. Monster Starter Pack update is out. Yes, I know. I got the email this morning. I have been I have been completely dug into fixing wild form today. It's being a little bit of a pain. It's I had to that was like I said, I was just breaking up stuff into I had to break up stuff into components to get this new layout and to kind of set the stage for future development of the character page, because obviously levels 5 through 10 are still not out, and there'll be more features and stuff like that, and I was running into a sizing limit. So that's where some of the bugs that we've been experiencing lately have been coming from, is just I had to move all these things and they just aren't quite synced up yet. So I'm working on wild form right now. I just saw kind of a quick bug with equipment, and so yeah, I'm working on just kind of fixing a lot of the stuff. I'm like kind of digging through the character sheet first, trying to make sure everything's working right now, and then I'll be diving into the monster starter pack. But most of that should already be pretty well updated from some of the stuff that you sent me, Liam. But anything I'm missing, I will sure get on there. People, come on, people. Oh, people pay the doc some. So how does these origin stories work with classes if I want to play commander? Always bug fixing. You hit the nail on the head there, Onyx. So answering the origin story stuff. So you can kind of approach it however you want. The origin stories do not determine class. What the origin stories do is the origin stories are like a kind of just putting you in your setting, putting you within your clan and experiencing life around the island. And then once you've kind of gone through and experienced that, you basically start off at novice. And if you're going to be commander, you would essentially build your marshal. So like let's just go for example. Now this obviously isn't a free feature, but you go to novice level, you're going to choose martial path, and then when you're done with that, you'll level up to 0, choose your commander, select commander, choose which one of the class features that you want. That's essentially what you would do if you're going to play the origin story that way. You don't have to choose your class at novice level. I always think it's if you're playing in a game, whether you're playing solo or not, just have an idea of what route you're going to take, and then go from there. But one thing that will happen that is slightly different is you will have a synced up level 0 talent that will come along with whatever clan you choose. At least .11 will lighten the load when it comes to character sheet. This is true. This is very true. All right. So anyways, back to the free features, because level 0 and novice level are not free features. You do need the level 0 or, you do need the, level 0 novice level magazine in order to access those. So anyways, free features, you have 1 and 2 when it comes to character sheet. So, if you're someone who's new to DC20, level 1 is perfect to start at, and with the changes, level 2 is going to be a great kind of set-off point to kind of see exactly the customization as well as the beauty of what DC20 brings at level 1, which makes you get a lot at level 1, but you feel like your class, you feel more capable than you do in D&D, and then when you go up to level 2, now you just get a talent, and that talent can be something from your class, it could be something from another class, a level 1 feature from another class, to kind of get that multi-classing feel. But you'll see how easy it is to customize and utilize things in different ways, especially when you get path points as well, whether or not you want to do a martial path, spellcaster path, or some kind of hybrid type deal without choosing the spellblade or a hybrid class. So lots of benefits to there. So number two, free users, and this is kind of a benefit for whether or not you're a user or a D&D player, is we have the custom armory. Now this you can access from the character builder, but if you want to build a custom weapon, you can come in here to do that. You just pick a name for it, choose the weapon type, shield, armor, spell focus, all of those can be customized. You can choose what the base is and then choose the features for that. And right off the bat, you'll be able to add that to your character sheet. Also, we have custom equipment here. So, DC20 is not fully out yet, and we don't have a lot of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff on this equipment page that is that you can utilize from your character sheet. Stuff that's not official material, and it will be labeled unofficial material, like bedroll and all that, because I don't know what they're going to be, but once they are added to the game, they will be added in here. But in the meantime, until those things are added, if there's something not on there, you can go in here and create it and add it to your character sheet. And I believe I've added, I'd have to double check. I know it was a fix someone asked for not too long ago, and I'm pretty sure I did it. But it just like typing something in, like from your character sheet, you can go in and create something that does not exist, type it in, and put that information right from there. So that's number two. Number three, now if you really want to milk the free, and some of my DMs will already understand this, but if you know someone who's going to run a game for you and they are paying for DC20 Forge at the Forge Master or Dragon Forge levels, they can come in here and they can invite you as a player. As long as you made your email address in here, they can invite you as a player. You just go into your account and basically accept the invitations, and that's it. So once they've invited you, let's go back to here. So once they've invited you, you've got this nifty calendar you can use to help plan your sessions. You can chat with anyone in your party, other players, the DM himself. All of that is right in there. The DM can also share rule books. So if you have not purchased the main rule book, or you want to play the Artificer and they've already purchased the rule book, they can share it with you. And then they can also create custom characters with their own builds. And if they do share it, you just have to come in here and create an existing character to the campaign, and then they can go ahead and add them in. So for people who do not want to pay for it, there is an easy way to do that, as long as there is a DM who is. But you can get basically get all access to player features from there. Last thing that I want to go, and I'm just going over that real quick too, because you do have to have your email already created. They do have to email that particular one, and it doesn't actually go to your email, it goes to your account. So that's how you accept that. And if you're trying to make a character, you have to make it in the connected campaign in order to utilize the material. Like, you can't use it on every character, just the one that's involved in the campaign. So that those things, I see kind of like basic feat in D&D. Yes, kind of like basic feat in D&D. That's a great comparison. Yeah, I agree. He's balancing level 2 much better. I could not agree more. And I've been like wanting to see more talents, so it's kind of nice to see those kind of mixed in that way, because one of the benefits of that is, like, even if it's a level 2 talent, or if it's a class talent, it'll actually make it easier for multi-classing. So for example, if like, in order to get a level 2 class feature, I think you need Adept multi-class, and so you don't get that till like level 4, and even then, like, some of them you have to have a prerequisite of the level 1 class feature first. So by making a lot of these things talents, they just become something that you can pick regardless, instead of having to pick certain levels in order to get them. This site is definitely the D&D Beyond of DC20. Wish this was the official site. Well, good news, bad news. Good news is there is no official site. So if there is no official site, then I'm not competing with the official site, which means The one that has the best site is inevitably going to win, and I think we've got a lot going for us. And then bad news is because I'm not the official official site, I don't get his official endorsement. And if I got his official endorsement, we'd probably blow up. But right now, I think it's good that it's not. I think it's good that I'm kind of working through some of these bugs here. I'd rather not have 1,000 people complaining about it. It's nice just having a small group who just kind of understands that this is a one-man show right now. When I do the Kickstarter and try to raise funds for the live stream and the website at the same time, I might be able to hire some people to help me out. But that's a whole other issue. I'm just concerned that the grit points might get cut. I like those. I agree. I've heard some people kind of say charisma is too strong, and I haven't done a hard look at that, but I personally like the grit points because I think, well, I can understand why he'd lose him. I really can. I do. I like him, but I can understand why he'd lose him, because like charisma-based characters tend to be good at things like intimidation, persuasion, deception, and if you play a role-play heavy game, those are your talkers, and so some people have just said, oh yeah, well, if everyone's putting their points in charisma, because no matter what, that is going to improve your AD, and you get grit points, and you have a charismatic character that can go through conversations, and it's your prime number, so, which means it's your attack modifier. I can see the point where that might be an overpowered character. Like, I can see the argument where that might. Logistically, I haven't done the math. Coach has or needs to, but I can see where that might be an issue. You just create a charisma prime character. You've got a strong attack. You've got a strong AD. You've got a character who's really good at talking. I can see it. Oh, Kickstarter, do tell. So the Kickstarter that is planned right now, and this is it's not like I'm working with Mirrorscape. So Mirrorscape and I are kind of aiming to do a joint one to help with funding the integration and coming out with a live stream play in which the battle screen will be Mirrorscape. So I've got some friends who are interested in doing the live stream. We play on a weekly basis already, so we can kind of easily work that into our schedules, or semi-weekly basis anyway. But if the Kickstarter goes off, then we have even more reason to do it weekly. But we will dig into, it will have like I said, the battle map will be the Mirrorscape instead of, it will, if you love Dwarven Forge terrain, instead of having like actual physical terrain, it'll all be in 3D on Mirrorscape, and we will connect DC20 Forge to that so that you can access your character sheet in it, which is another reason why I'm working hard to make sure, just finalize that everything's working perfectly in the character sheet, because that needs to be working for them to connect it. And then you will be able to, be able to switch POVs. So it'll switch between the character point of view in the battle map, depending on whose turn it is, whether it's the DM and the monster that they're POVing, or the characters and who they're POVing. And they're all kind of video producers, so they've got a knack for this stuff. So I'm excited for it, but right now it's just in we're in two modes right now. Number one is keep working on just the bug stuff in the character sheet, so like that is just where we need it to be, so that it can connect to Mirrorscape. And then at the same time, I'm taking a lot of my old videos, and I'm just kind of just getting a bunch of clips out there to try to boost some followers on, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and we just, as you all know, as you've probably seen the post, but we just came out with our first episode of the podcast, Backstories and Origin Stories with the Forgecast, which you can watch on DC20 Forge. Another free feature, since the theme of the night is free features. Let's go to the podcast. So here's the Forgecast. You can listen to it right here. You can support the show right here. Shameless plug. I am gonna, again, I'm working on the character sheet right now, but I will add like a little comment section for anyone who wants to add. You can also do the same on YouTube. So, but I just thought it'd be fun to have something like that in there. Another thing that we'll probably try to do, because I think Mirrorscape has some soundboard, Liam, because I know you love to point this one out. So I know they have some soundboard, and we can expand that as a part of the Kickstarter too. You know, I've been back in the Kickstarter. Appreciate it. Now do the other stuff too. You will burn out. Do the other stuff too. You will burn out. Dial everything in before going in. All in makes sense. Yeah, it's definitely not like something like this. Is like, if we do the Kickstarter, it's planned for like 6 months from now. It's not around the corner. I mean, maybe that's around the corner, but for me, that's like a lot of time to build up a viewership of the podcast, the followers, and everything like that. Because even though they have a following and have done well on Kickstarter in the past, I don't want to rely on them. Like, I appreciate all their help that they're doing and the attention they're bringing to their community about DC20 and DC20 Forge, but I want it to be from my own community, some people who I've been obviously working with, like all of you guys who are very understanding of just me working on stuff, and so yeah, it will be dialed in before the Kickstarter, because they've got to look at the code and be like, this is doable, and then yeah. But anyways, let's see what other free features we got in here. Okay, so I won't just touch on free features. I also want to touch on one-time purchase features. So one of the things that I mentioned in a previous stream is that if you purchase let's go to the store here real quick. I don't even know my icons anymore. It's been so long. Which one's the store? That one's the store. Okay. So if you purchase a module in DC20 Forge, you come down here, you purchase any of these. This, though, isn't free. It does grant limited free access to additional features in DC20. So you can come in here, you can use the scenes, you can load the scenes for the module you purchase. Also, what'll come in pre-built in is the encounters for that. So the Trouble on the Tradeway, the Escape the Mithril Mines, all of these will already be in here. So you can come in here and run these encounters, see the monster cards that will also come with it, and take the actions or reactions or other actions. Oh, what? These guys can't jump? Okay. Taking note. Apply to which one? Beautiful. Beautiful. I love. You guys are such an inspiration for me. Take your time. I need time to get money. Fair. 6 months is really soon. I'm having to do mine in 3 years. Well, to be fair, Onyx, yours is much more ambitious. So a video game is much more ambitious than a website and an integration with a VTT. So it might be a little bit like by no means is it a comparison. So take your time. And it's possible, like our kind of scope is like plan to kind of like see where we're at in 6 months, and if we've got the viewers, if we got the stability in DC20 Forge, if we have they have to finish a project with what's that video game, Fallout. There's like a Fallout battle game that has been integrated into Mirrorscape, so they have to finish that as well. So it's kind of like chug along for the next 6 months and then re-meet and see where we're at. So we'll take it in stages. Did you fix the bug with the monster actions? I'm pretty sure I did. That was a last weekend thing. Hey Doc, serious question. Are you planning to add like a map or AI pic generation to make surrounding area more immersive? The surrounding area more immersive thing is the thing I'm confused on by that question. Are you planning to add like a map or AI pic generation? Do you mean like for like a VTT? Is that what you mean? Because in terms of VTT, I don't have any plans to do one myself. I've looked into it, and it's a lot. It's a lot for me to do, which is why I'm partnering with Mirrorscape, because I think that they'll bring a much better experience for DC20 Forge than something that I could make. Because I can't make something like Foundry or Roll20 and Mirrorscape. They don't have any integrations with any RPGs, so I also see it as a for maps VTB, basically the worlds. Well, okay, I think I see what you mean. Like you mean, let me go over here. So like in campaigns, for instance, I mean these are just uploads. Right here. It's not that I could put something basic in here, like in the meantime, like upload a picture, drop in some tokens. Like that probably wouldn't be too hard, and it would just be kind of like something like, again, like Ark Forge, which I have to check in with them because Ark Forge, I gave the links to, so I do have to check in with them and see where they're at, what their status is at. But it's just like I think anything that I would do would not be as good as what other people already have out there. Like I said, like Foundry or Ark Forge and Mirrorscape. Like I could plug in something simple where someone could plug in a map and load some tokens. And if people just want to do that in the meantime, that's fine. And because if that's holding anyone back from joining, I can certainly understand that. Like, oh, it doesn't have a VTT. I'd rather use Foundry. Totally get that. So I could put something in temporarily, maybe, but we'll see. I'll put up some feelers and see if people like that. We need Google Maps here with Street View. Honestly, that is something that I really would love to do. I don't know how possible it is. I have even checked with AI, being like, hey, like take this map that you're seeing on the screen, for example. Be like, hey, can you take this map and zoom in and automatically generate what's going on in that area? Like, I think there would be a lot of code. I mean, not even D&D Beyond could get their act together when it comes to VTT, so no worries. Yeah, that's totally fair. Has anyone tried it? Like, is there like, I feel like I saw videos of it and it looked sick, but has anyone tried it and seen like how well it works? Just curious, because like I've used Mirrorscapes and it's not like I think Mirrorscape is simpler than Roll20, but it's not as simple as obviously click and drag an icon. And I say that not as simple as Roll20 as someone who's like the layer issues has always been been my problem. But like I think that because things are in 3D in Mirrorscape, it's a little bit simpler. It's just a matter of, and the only thing I'm worried about with Mirrorscape is just the technology aspect of it. Like I think you sometimes need to have a decent running device in order to use it and access it. But I just feel like in the coming years, like everything's going to be that fast at some point. Like for just for as an example, I had talked to them about like, okay, if we do the Kickstarter, what's the best, fastest device that's going to work best with it? And they're like, the Apple Pro is like the best one that works with it right now. And I'm like, that's $1,000 tablet. Like probably perfect for a Kickstarter, but can't afford to buy 6 tablets for my my D&D group, which is why we need the Kickstarter or DC20 group. Sorry, 3D one was canned and was really bad performance. Oh, okay. And their 2D gives the player way too much freedom, like being able to rename enemies or being able to draw wherever. That's that's interesting. Well, and one of the things that I know they're working on in Mirrorscape too is they're working on like 3D magical effects. So like, if you do a wall of flames, like you can come in with it. I mean, right now you can just grab a Dwarven Forge fire token and just put it on the map a bunch of times. But I'm just using an example. Like, if you want a spiritual weapon, they'll have a spiritual weapon token. But if you want to like draw an area and be like, all right, that area is zone of silence or zone of no magic or cone of no magic if you're dealing with a beholder. Excuse me. But hey, that's what's it called? That's Mirrorscape's goal. I can't believe. I just thought the 3D one was so cool. Was it? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Do you know why it was scrapped? Was it just too hard to do? There was another company that I was really following closely. I don't remember off the top of their head. Hold on, I have it in here, I believe. One sec. It might be my other computer, actually. My old computer. No. I forget what they're called. Hold on, let me check Discord real quick. Discord. Because I had it in here. Dungeon Full Dive. So Dungeon Full Dive, like when I was reaching out to companies for VTTs, Dungeon Full Dive was one of the ones that I reached out to because they did a Kickstarter that I backed like years ago, and it was a really cool concept. And so basically, you kind of like Mirrorscape, like you had this whole 3D VR experience. Like you put on the VR goggles, and everyone around your table, if they put on their VR goggles, you would see everybody as their actual character, their actual 3D character. So if me, Liam, and Onyx were sitting around a table, and Syed were sitting around a table, and like let's just say, Onyx, you're a just because I'm thinking of it this way, that you're a Warforged. Liam, you're a Dragonborn. Syed, you're a dwarf. If I put on the VR goggles, I would see you around the table as that. And when you look down, you would see the map right there. And you could press a button and you could go into the point of view of and it came out really good. It was in a sense, just in the sense of like how those functions worked. But I don't know if they just stopped getting funded or they ran out of money, because the project's still out there. You can still download it, you can still use it, but it's very limited functionality in terms of the character sheets for D&D, and it only works for D&D. It doesn't work for any other one. But like, because I had worked with them in the past, I was like, oh, maybe these guys would be great. By the time I looked, they were completely out of business. They never really finished their 2D. No idea why they decided to do 3D, other than the success of Baldur's Gate 3. And Hasbro didn't see how they could make money with it, so they canned it. That's a bummer. Oh well, I mean, I don't play D&D anymore anyway, so. That's not true. I lied. I do play D&D. I play D&D on Thursdays and Fridays Thursdays and Sundays, because my DM on Thursdays, even though he was interested in DC20, it wasn't finished enough for him to run Curse of Strahd as DC20. And he also loves Curse of Strahd and knows it really well, so he was just too comfortable with D&D. And then my DM on Sundays will only run 3.5. But he's a great DM, and I do my podcast with him. So I'm like, suck it up and do what I need to do to enjoy my TTRPG time with my boys. But it's what it is. But for anyone who's around New England, who's watching, by the way. This Saturday, Chelmsford, OSR Con. I'm running the Shade Willow, DC20, one shot, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're listening and or interested. I feel like I saw a, got another, oh no, that's my wife. I was going to say, got another follower. You want to sleep, babe? She's like, shut up, just let me go to sleep. We're living the small house life right now. We're still waiting for the renovations from our house to finish so we can move in. So she has to listen to me on Wednesday nights while she tries to fall asleep. I think it works pretty well because she's not a big TTRPG person, so I just think I bore her to sleep. Have you played Mithra's RPG? Mithra's. I have not heard of that one. I have not played Mithra's RPG. I'd have to look at it. By the way, Syed, you asked me something about one shot, so I don't. Oh no, never mind. I think I answered that question already. But TPRG ASMR. Okay. And I'm gonna keep an eye out on what other systems are being run on Saturday because I technically go there at 8, and if there's anything I want to play, I can. But at the same time, I like really need to get back to the house and work on the house renovations. Like, I need to scrape, I need to paint, I need to get the outside done. Some of the windows are a little older and need some more coats. But anyways, I digress. But anyways, back to free features for the DC20 Forge. Once you are invited to a campaign and have made your characters and access your information, you can come in here and access everything you need to know about your campaign, whether that is locations you've been to and what they're about, or what date of the calendar it is, or what factions are involved in your story, or the story overview, or open threads, which even better, if you are someone who forgets some of the quests you start, open threads can also be accessed straight from your character sheet as a part of that campaign. And beautiful feature of the DM screen is this little chat feature, which can be set to whichever campaign you are running, and your chat that is in your campaign is also in here and on the player's character sheet. So if you want to just DM your Dungeon Master secretly, you can click on the Dungeon Master and message them. If you want to message any of the other players secretly, you can. If you want to message the whole team and leave the DM out, you can do that too. So just one of those added features of free once you are a part of someone's campaign. The one you missed starts with "Hey Doc." Okay, sorry. The chat in OBS is limited. I can't scroll back. Let me jump over to the YouTube chat real quick. Okay, let's see. Where did I miss? Pretty hyped up. Oh, hey Doc. Missed one of my messages. Liam, have you? It's pretty hype up. Mithra's RPG. Docs, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on having monster of item building streams? It would be cool to build monster in real time, kind of like swordplay and sorcery used to do. Yeah, no, I'm like, what'll probably end up happening is I'm doing these live streams obviously kind of as a kind of going through some of the features, some of the how-tos. So definitely we'll have those live streams in the future, because I will run out of things to kind of go over. Because as flushed out as this is, it gets a little repetitive at some point. So and I like kind of highlighting new features and how they work, but I will run out of that. So doing some live builds, and one of the things that I will be doing for sure is when I'm on my Fridays, when I'm doing the live stream on Fridays, to kind of how I'm building the module, I'll be doing live magic item builds. I'll be doing live monster builds for the campaign too, as I build combats and everything like that. Hey Doc, serious question: are you planning to add like a map or a picket generation? Is that the one that you were talking about? Oh hey Doc, no, I'm pretty sure I answered that one. If not, repost it. What do you think of having a detailed AI campaign builder from the scratch? Um, so I've so and I play with AI enough to be familiar with it. The so like I'm just going to use an example here. Like I took ChatGPT and I took it into like because I wanted to see how well it would work, and I tried to teach it like strictly how to create a DC20 structured campaign, and it just like because and I've played with some of those ones that are like, oh, play with this AI dungeon master. It's I just don't think it has progressed enough for user use anyway to kind of have an effective one. That's my biggest thing. Um, if you if you mean like trying to like teach it like, oh, here's the concept, build a 5 level thing, it just it's not very good. Is just the best way that I can say it. Now, do I have like I'm going to show you an example here. When like what I have in here, and this is something I haven't built into as a feature for everyone else yet, but I've been playtesting it, and I might just like um, I might add it in as as a Dragon Forge feature, just because it does cost credits to use. But I have this. Let's just use this as an example. So autofill, like this is an AI feature right here, and you can kind of choose whatever theme you want, but describe how they leave the island. Ugh, I need to put a name on it first. Hold on. So yeah, so playtesting it, but like leaving. I don't even know where Kuma. I think. I don't know why that error is happening. Honestly, the title. Oh, does it mean? Oh, I know it is. Leaving Kuma. I think that's what it is. There we go. Scene 4. Just giving you an example. But this will generate, as the sun dips below the horizon, casting gold glow over the tranquil waters. Like, it all sounds pretty. And look at how long it is. It's 4 paragraphs. Like, it needs some serious training in order to do that. So it's not. I don't like. I don't think I would try to have it replace anything in DC20 Forge. I think it should be used as a brainstorming tool, and that's how I use it. I use it as a brainstorming tool. Like sometimes, like I'm not a good talker. I can talk a lot, but I'm not a good talker. I'm not fancy. I cannot type something up like that. Like as the sun dips below the horizon, casting a gold glow over the tranquil waters surrounding the island of Kuma. Like I would never think of that. Or not never. I would just have to be in a certain headspace to do it. And when with my life so busy, it's really hard for me to get to that headspace. So what AI does is it actually helps me get there. So like by reading that statement, I can transition to that and focus on typing up something that actually sounds good. Um, and not that doesn't, but like again, there's 4 paragraphs there, and it's way too much. Like I'm not Matt Mercer, and I and as much as I respect Matt Mercer, I think sometimes things get a little bit too too detailed. Everyone's heard of the Mercer effect, right? He set the bar here, and everyone's like, "You see a goblin." Supplemental, yeah. Like again, this is like more of a Dragon Forged feature because it uses AI credits, and I'm just not charging. Like if someone uses it a lot, it'll quickly dip into um, too much. Um, like I would no longer benefit from the subscription payment anymore if I made that available to adventure level or Forge Master level. It would run it would, there would definitely be people who likely would run it over. But if I include it as a Dragon Forged feature, number one, I'm actually creating a feature that they have that others don't. Like there needs to be a reason for them to have it. Because the only benefit of a Dragon Forged feature right now is you get more audio uploads and transcriptions of campaigns, which makes sense because like if you're playing Dragon Forge, like that's someone who's playing minimum weekly and they are trying to keep up with the campaign. But that's like for someone who's like running 2 to 3 campaigns and they need something to help track and they're using that transcription feature and they're getting the most out of the hours that they're using. So I think it makes sense to add in this type of feature in with it as well to help. Because if you're that busy and you got a lot to plan, this can only benefit them. But I need to train the AI a little bit better for it. But I've been playing with that as a feature because I understand people's concerns with AI. The main concern with AI for people is that you know it takes great creative thinking. It's replaces people in jobs or anything like that. Um, replaces artists, and like I totally understand those concerns, and I'm not. On the one hand, it's like I get it, but also it has its uses. Like it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's you can either try to find a use for it in productive ways that add as an asset but doesn't replace anyone. Um, because there's definitely going to be other places that do use it, and regardless of how people feel about it, and the places that do use it are inevitably going to do better. It's just like whenever technology enhances an experience, those industries just inevitably do better. So I'm looking for ways to enhance experiences for people, both players and DMs, and I'll find ways to do that with it. But that's my 2 cents on it. I certainly get people's situation though. Like I could not have built the site without it. Like half the artwork was AI, built, and Coach was because it's just me and I'm not an artist. And Coach was nice enough to have one of his artists draw up the background for the back scales with the dragon scales, which was awesome, super nice of him. But and I would love to get this website to a point where I could hire someone to do the artwork. Like that'd be awesome. I'd love to do that because I do think the AI artwork isn't great. Certainly think an artist could do way better with my logo. Use more as a tool rather than replace the person. That's always my philosophy. That's what I mean. It's a tool to use. I certainly would never have been able to do this website by myself in the time that I did it without AI. So I do appreciate the opportunity because even though I think like I know exactly what I want from this website and everything I want it to do, AI has definitely has helped me get there for sure. And and it's a life-changing experience for me because like if this website takes off and I can better take care of my wife and my soon baby boy. There's an announcement I haven't announced to you guys yet. We did our gender reveal last weekend, and we're having a baby boy. So, although I feel bad for my wife, she definitely wanted a girl, and I wanted a girl for her. But I'd be happy no matter what. Thanks. What was I even? Okay, so, but that was pretty much everything I wanted to show on DC20 Forge. That's for sure. For the free functions. I'm still trying to get this druid to work. the wild form. I don't know what happened to it. I feel like it must have happened when I moved the actions pane out of one place into another. It's been a puzzler for sure. Doc Jr., Nerd Jr., actually. But if you guys don't have any questions, I think I will wrap up for tonight. So, but if you have any more that you want to throw in there before I jump off, toss it in the chat. Heir to the throne. I love you guys. Nice seeing you all, or having you all in the chat. Definitely appreciate the support as always. You guys are hands down biggest supporters and motivators. That's for sure. Especially Onyx and Liam, who honestly, without you two, never would have gotten off the ground. You guys were my earliest backers. When is my stry ready? So I would not be surprised if like I'm gonna aim like Friday. I really should have that origin story, that test origin story done when I by the time I finish that live stream, because everything's outlined. So I will have that done, and I will share that. I will. You only need. Can you access novice level, Syed? Or do you not have that digital book? Oh, guys, I think I think the wild form is working. I think it's working. Oh my god. I'm just glad I get to end the day with it working. Yeah, fix that stupid equipment bug, wherever that came from. Not sure, but I can purchase. So yeah, if you can access, if you can do that, and again, not trying to pressure you to buy anything, but because now that you mention that, Syed, I think that's an excellent point. Is if someone purchased this module, then and they don't have that book, then they can't use the Novice and Origin Stories. So, as a part of that book, I wouldn't, when I do sell it, Novice and Origin will have to be included in that. So that's a great point. I'm gonna add that. So there's a list of things that I want to make sure that, like, when you purchase the Weight of Honor book, you will unlock Novice and level 1 characters for that campaign. No, you just unlock them. It'll just come with it. So you'll unlock Novice and level 1 characters. It'll include the talent the level 0 talents, and it'll include all the combats, all the combat encounters. And there's one other thing that I'm trying to remember. There's one other thing that it's supposed to include. The resource book, but that's a given. Nope, I think that's pretty much it. It'll include all of those. And it already includes it, but it includes the ability to download it as a PDF. Can't wait. Oh my god, wild form celebration. Can't wait to work on that for my game. I am so excited for that feature alone. Yeah. I'm gonna be very interested to see how that works in your game, just because it's such an important part for sure. Again, this will be solo optimized. Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. Like, I'm aiming for something kind of down the middle where you can play it solo and so this is where I need your help, Syed. So you get to be my official play tester to see if it works solo. Like, I'll feed you the origin story. You can tell me what you think, and and how that looks for you. It's the only thing that's tricky about it in a way that it's not solo optimized. I just have to find a way of where to plug in this note. I have an idea where to put it, but you have to, like, if you're playing solo, you're like, one of the things that I put in the origin stories is like, have the player come up with a series of NPCs that the DM is going to role play, and other players will help role play so you can interact with them. So the only tricky thing I'm trying to think of is how to get you to interact with NPCs. That's the only thing that I'm still thinking. I'm trying to think of how to make that work, because in the end, I want you to create your family dynamic and your friend dynamic, and I want you to experience chats with them, conversations, interactions. Um, and I just got to find a way to do that. Just got to find a way to do that. I'm sure AI will help me. All right, guys. Good night. Thanks for listening. Again, stay clever, play smarter, and thanks for your support and your love. Night.